Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing game, and there almost isn't anything I want to see being changed, except for one thing, the reaction system. So in this video I'm going to explain why and how I think it could be improved. Oh, and there's some important news. The next Panel from Hell is right around the corner, so expect news from patch 8 soonish. And if you don't want to miss it, don't forget to subscribe. So how the reaction system currently works is with a toggle menu. You click which reactions you want to have enabled, and your character automatically performs them. Well, it isn't so bad for opportunity attacks, a melee attack when an enemy walks away from you. It is worse for spells like Hellish Rebuke for Warlocks. If you cast it in Baldur's Gate 3, you put some sort of buff on yourself, which then lets you automatically cast a spell dealing volley damage on the target after it damages you. But you can't choose whether to activate it or not, since it triggers from the next incoming damage. But how it's meant to work is you decide when to trigger it. And it's not a buff you put on yourself, you normally can cast it after any enemy attack. So the major difference here is that you can't choose on which enemy you want to cast it on, and that could be an important difference. Let's say there's a monster with 1 HP and a stronger one with 10 HP, and they both attack you. Normally you want to trigger it on the stronger monster and ignore the attack of the smaller one. But in Baldur's Gate 3 it automatically triggers from the next enemy attack. So if the weaker one attacks you first, you cast a spell on him instead. But it's kinda hard to explain how it works if you don't play Dungeons & Dragons, but that's how it generally works. And while this isn't the biggest deal in the world and it's still playable, this is one of the biggest differences from D&D that I would like to see being changed to how it works in D&D itself. So how could Larian Studios improve on this? Well, let's take a look at another game based on the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons called Solasta Crown of the Magister. This game is the closest adaptation to D&D 5e, including the reaction system. And in this game, every time you can use a reaction, a small screen pops up with the choice whether you want to use your reaction or not. This way you don't have to toggle anything or plan when you cast a certain reaction spell beforehand or not. You can just choose whenever to use your reaction or not when possible. And again, even if the current reaction system isn't the biggest problem, I think the reaction system Solasta has is way more clear as well. Because the current reaction system isn't really well explained, and it also isn't really clear when you have one toggled on or not. But I don't know if Larian can implement this feature into the game. Baldur's Gate 3 is built on Divinity engine, and I'm not sure it's something they can easily make. For example, there was a feat in Divinity Original Sin 2 that lets you trigger an opportunity attack when an enemy moves out of your range, but that also triggered automatically. So if this will take a lot of work to implement a new reaction system, I can see Larian choose to keep the current one. Like Solasta's engine was built from the ground up to be like D&D 5e, so the reaction system was implemented in their engine right from the start. Anyway, I don't want to give too many examples, I think this is the best one they could do. I think the combat system from Baldur's Gate 3 is nearly perfect, with this being the only example that can be improved most on. But what do you think of the current reaction system? Do you like how it is, or would you also want to see it improved, and how? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget, more Baldur's Gate 3 news is around the corner, so don't forget to subscribe to not miss anything. And with that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.